Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Beverly Hills Cop 3 watch party with myself, Mads MamaBear, and Bat Dan. This is going to be a fun watch party. I'm really excited about it because I'm not the world's biggest Beverly Hills Cop 3 fan, but I'm excited to watch it because I haven't seen it in probably over a decade, and I've got Bat
I
Dan
haven't
here
seen
who
it
hasn't
never.
seen it, and you haven't seen it either. And
Oh, that Dan
so,
was so excited he just left.
yeah. I mean, he the excitement just kind of
Oh my
overtook
god.
him at that point. I, I wanna say hello to to our one viewer right now, the Avengers Rising. Good to see you there. I don't know if we're going to necessarily get to all the topics that you brought up in the chat, but it's good to see you here nonetheless. Okay. So Bat Dan's
Welcome back.
thoughts has returned. Well, Bat Dan, um, I I was kind of hoping, and I shamelessly want to use every single stream that I'm doing as a way to plug the One Punch Dan movie that I'm making, especially with with Bat Dan, and now officially Mads MamaBear has joined the project as well. Her voice will be a character in the film, of course. You have one of the greatest voices ever, Mads MamaBear. So you
Aw.
definitely be in the film. I'm just so excited. I can't wait till I can actually put out a trailer for One Punch Dan. Bat Dan's thoughts. You look like you've had kind of a rough day today. What's been going on, my friend?
Oh no! I've had a great day. I had a half day at work, just figuring out some of my tech issues, and well, the week's been kind of long. The week's been a little rough, actually. Was sick earlier this week and
Oh boy.
working hard, which you know what that was about. I'm not gonna go specific what with here because I would get way too political. I'm not doing that on live.
Well, if we wanna get political, we can talk about we can spend a little bit of time talking about the Saturday Night Live episode that was kind of like was cosplaying as a presidential debate that was on last night. We could talk about that. I mean, that was really, really comedy.
Watch.
That was really, really comedy. I mean, if I didn't know better, I would have thought it was Saturday Night Live. That's how goofy it was. Not getting into any specifics, but it definitely was, a sight to behold. I'll tell you. Uh, um, wow. And some of the things that were said, I just couldn't believe what I was watching. But anyway, let's see here. We're probably gonna end up. We're probably gonna end up showing some of this stuff. Later too. I'll probably after the movie we'll probably show a few of these clips because I've only got a few small clips here that are kind of queued up for this stream. But I want to get your guys's. I want to get MamaBear and Bat Dan. I want to get your live reaction to these clips here while we're setting things up. So for those that are unaware, there's a movie coming out July 11th, 2025. And I'm not talking about Superman, directed by James Gunn.
Jurassic Park.
I'm not talking about Jurassic Park either.
You can tell which one I'm excited for.
I'm talking about One Punch Dan.
Awesome.
Directed by myself and starring all of you. That's right. And when I say all of you, I mean it. Anybody in the community that would like to be featured in the movie, all you have to do is give me permission to use your voice, and I will clone your voice and attach it to a character in the movie. And you will be surprised when you see the movie because you're not going to know who you were playing or what your role was. You'll just know that you're in the movie. And when you watch the movie, you will see it and you'll be like, oh my God, there's my character. Like, holy cow. And that's kind of my way of, I definitely want to include as many people in the community as I can. It's kind of my super tribute to Mikey Sutton, who was trying to include everybody in the community pretty much in his Dreamwalker was doing. So this is kind of my way of expanding upon that and doing a project where I can include you all in it every step of the way. So that's kind of my, way of looking at it right now. But before we get into these clips, I guess we'll talk a little bit about our experience with Beverly Hills Cop 3, since this is a Beverly Hills Cop 3 watch party. I'll start with you, Mama Bear. Your thoughts on Beverly Hills Cop 3? Before
I've never seen it.
Great.
So this is a first for me, and looking forward to it. Yeah, Eddie Murphy, always been a fan of his. I mean, yeah, he's had some misses, but for the most part, his movies have been generally pretty good, very enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to it either way.
And Bat Dan, your initial thoughts?
Same as Mama Bear. Haven't seen it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my initial thoughts are that I have seen it. I was not a fan of it. I like to pretend, for various reasons that you will see in the film, that the film did not happen, and that there's only 1 and 2. And I get the sneaking suspicion that the new movie coming out from Netflix in early July retcons Beverly Hills Cop 3, which I couldn't be happier about. I think that's probably the best course of action, but we will see, because I'm going to be interested in seeing what both of the two of you here on the panel think of that, and what you guys, what your view is. If you think it should stay in continuity, or you think it, getting rid of it is the best course of action. But before we start the movie, since it's just the three of us, really, let's see. Before we start the film,
we don't need to read that out loud.
Okay.
Not like it's a big deal or anything. Basically, I have headphones for the watch party, and I have headphones for the clip, and because of the sound issues on my computer, I won't hear the clips unless I have these headphones in. But when we start the movie, I'll wear the gaming headphones so the movie doesn't.
Oh, you're so thoughtful, Bat Dan. Thank you for doing that, because I want to get your live reaction. Okay, so let's play the first clip. The first clip is 45 seconds, and this was released, on social media, and it's only partially animated, but it gives you an idea of some of the dialogue. So I will play the first clip here, and then I'll get your reactions, and then we'll play the other 2 clips. But here's the first clip.
Pretty punch. The truth is, if they take away someone else's livelihood, they automatically forfeit the right to theirs.
Don't you think that's a little extreme, Danny? Some people are just misguided. We have to stop Waisage, though, for certain. She doesn't deserve one bit of mercy. We will send her to the moon with one glorious solar punch.
You know I love you so much, right? Without you, I don't know where I would be. You keep me honest, and
Danny, I know.
It's time to go.
Austin has an Isage report. The plane is already prepped.
Okay, so thoughts so far on the partially rendered or partially animated sequence from One Punch Dan. We'll start with you, Mama Bear, since that was probably new to you. So you're totally out of context reaction. What do you think?
I love it. I love the visuals. The stories. I'm already hooked. I'm looking forward to more.
Okay, and Bat Dan, the star of the film. What do you think?
Amazing. I mean, I'll be honest, I saw part of this clip already backstage, but the ending part where Austin's character comes in, I don't remember if that was a secret or not. If so, whoops. But yeah, I love that. I love that little part. Like, seeing that animated, it looked really good. it's really amazing. And yeah, I love, obviously I'm really biased because, we know who, Zod, you and I both know who Eyes of Gay is based on. Won't say anything there, but
Isa Gay is a black female cyborg trans robot who wants to rid the world of the patriarchy.
I have no idea who that could be. Hi, Josh.
We've got Josh Herrera here. Hello, everyone. Just saw Horizon and it was great. Now seeing One Punch Dan, what a time to be alive. Absolutely, Josh. And your character will have some scenes coming up since you provided allowed for your voice to be used for the film. So you're definitely going to be involved. I am so happy with the people that have agreed to have their voice used in this movie. I just couldn't be more elated and excited. And I just want to remind everybody that what you're seeing, all the stuff you're seeing now, is animated and is basically pre-res or pre-render. It's like basically a pre-render, and all of this will be in live action. You will see it in live action with real looking people and real photorealistic. It's not what you're seeing now is not what the final product will look like. But just to know that you guys are excited about it based off of what you're seeing already is, very, very cool for me. Because I don't want to look like an amateur. So I'm showing the entire process basically.
Yeah.
But that's, so yeah, the part at the end that was actually rendered as animation, where you see Austin's character walking up to them. That part, Austin's part, that is actually rendering now as we speak. And whenever it's done, so I'll probably end up, because then I have to add the audio and the sound effects to it and the music. So hopefully I'll be able to get it out sometime this weekend, but if not, early next week. But it takes a long time to do this stuff, guys. It's very meticulous, and it's definitely worth the wait because, it actually looked good. It looked pretty punch. It looked like she was actually speaking, and she said, in the scene where the section where Bat Dan, I keep saying Bat Dan, but One Punch Dan, where One Punch Dan actually says, "We gotta go." It actually looks like that's what he said. Yeah. So I was blown away by it. It was very, 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 very good animation. But I have 2 more clips to share. So this is first reaction. Now these clips were, I don't know if I released these clips before or not. I know for a fact I did not release these clips, fully animated or fully rendered with sound effects or anything. I know that. But let's do the first one. This is where this scene here is where One Punch Dan first is in the process of getting his powers. It's only 5 seconds.
What is happening? Feel power. No.
Nice.
And you can literally hear his flesh tearing. And when you see that in the movie, it's going to be very graphic and grotesque. You're literally going to see flesh just like peeling off of his skin during this sequence. And I don't know if you guys could hear, but there was a little bit of dialogue from Bat Dan. These were kind of like his inner thoughts, where he's kind of like, I could feel myself getting the power. And then at the end, he's kind of like, no, because it hurts. Like it is severely painful what he's going through there. That, that sequence kind of, is, again, that's just like an anime. And there's going to be a lot more to that render as well, because you'll see him actually get his, where he puts on his One Punch Dan jumpsuit and kind of has this, ready to go fight scumbags. So that's So that's the power sequence, and then this one kind of speaks for itself. It's only 5 seconds as well, and it takes place in a supermarket after an entitled supermarket employee got done telling One Punch Dan that he felt unappreciated at his job because he'd been working at the Burger Barn for 2.5 months and they're only paying him $25 an hour.
Jeez.
So as a result of that, which is also, that's a scene that's also being rendered, that's in the queue. That scene hasn't been finished yet. But we've got Darth Plato in the chat. Good to see you, Darth Plato. We haven't started the movie yet. I am shamelessly shilling and plugging One Punch Dan right now. So if you don't like One Punch Dan, you're probably not going to like my channel after a while. But here is that sequence. Here is the 5-second sequence, the result of that conversation with that self-entitled pink and orange hair dreamsicle punk that was complaining about his $25 an hour, which I think is pretty good for working at a Burger Barn. What about you, Mads MamaBear? I mean, $25 an hour?
That's well above minimum wage here. So,
I mean, what the hell are you complaining about, dude? Okay, so this is One Punch Dan's reaction to that conversation. I wanted to give it a little bit of context. Here you guys go.
God damn it.
I like it. Short, sweet, to the point. I like it.
One more time.
God damn it.
$25 an hour. Okay, so that's really, the sound of his fist coursing through the watermelon for me is just priceless.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see that rendered in live action, I think you're going to be extremely pleased with what you see. I'm so excited. So MamaBear, your thoughts, your initial reaction to that.
Other than the fact that these would also make great super chat or whatever clips, that I love that. Who hasn't had an interaction with either an entitled employee or if you've been working retail at all?
Yeah,
who hasn't had that desire?
an hour. Yeah, that's and that poor saggy watermelon had to feel the wrath of his fist because of that guy. I mean, it just was so. And the sound effect is just glorious. That's why I say I'm gonna. Yeah, the film is gonna be, and it's gonna be in the film. Dan, your initial reactions to that sequence you just witnessed.
I love it. I love giving entitled Karens what they deserve.
But did you love your line? God damn it.
That's actually a real line that I say. God damn it. I say that quite a bit, actually.
Is that why you turned your camera off? Because it was art imitating life.
Oh, no. I had to turn my camera off because my headphones are having a bit of issues again hearing the exact clip. So I turned my camera off so I could make sure I saw the exact clip on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's
waiting for the spin-off One Shit Man. No, there won't be any spin-offs. It won't be any One Shit Man. Now there may be a sequel to One Punch Dan because I've got a lot of ideas, so there might be a sequel, but I'm actually going to be working on a comedy, DreamWorks style animated movie after One Punch Dan. I already know what my next project is going to be, thanks to a conversation that I had with my father. So I know what my next project will be.
Oh, nice.
Nice. But this will be the first, and this will be a feature film, live action film. No, because I'm not going for anything parody. in a way, this is kind of a parody in a sense, but not really. It's actually a pretty serious superhero film. There's actually quite a bit of great, superhero sequences in it. I mean, just the scene alone where you see the one on his chest light up and he goes off and he to fight Isaac Gay. It's quite amazing. So I think you're gonna get. I think there's gonna be a lot. Let's see if there's a sequel. Hope we can get it ready for release on the same day as Supergirl Women of Tomorrow. That would be amazing. I would actually love to do that, to line it up with something like that. That would be good. And I will say right now, Darth Plato, it's not necessarily too serious. It won't be like Dead Dark Knight serious. Okay, it will have some humor, like the scene with the watermelon was meant to be comic relief. It was meant to be fun. So there will be some funny sequences in it as well. It won't just be, super serious, melodramatic, pretentious comic book hero type stuff. It'll definitely have some comedic. There's definitely a lot of comedic stuff. And One Punch Dan's partner, Pretty Punch, does a really great job too of constantly keeping One Punch Dan in check. So there'll be a lot of little quips and banter between the two of them. More banter on her end than One Punch Dan, because One Punch Dan does not like to challenge Pretty Punch because she's Pretty Punch. So yeah, we don't want that. But with all that being said, I think now until after the film, we can kind of move on to why we're here, which is to watch Beverly Hills Cop 3. I have it queued up. I am using Paramount Plus to watch the film because as I did check ahead of time, I do not see Beverly Hills Cop 3 on Netflix, unfortunately.
It's not on Netflix. I did check. I rented it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, you rented it on Amazon?
Yeah, rented it. It's $5, so nothing.
Okay. What about you? You got it queued up, Mama Bear?
I have it queued up on my favorite alternative site.
Awesome. Darth Plato wants to know, can One Punch Dan open a can without trouble? He can. It's sort of like he has the ability to use his thumb and make his thumb like a lighter, so he can kind of. But yeah, he definitely can. He definitely can open a pop can with no trouble.
Or did you mean a jar, Darth Plato? Because that's pretty easy too.
Yeah, he can do a jar too, because all he has to do is like tap the top of it and it comes right off. Because he has a lot of strength. He has that solar energy. So, all right. But anyway, I have the movie queued up. I'm going to count down from 5, and we will get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play or watch now, whatever it says on your platform of choice.
Yeah.
Mine is saying optimizing playback, and now I am seeing the Paramount logo.
Same here.
All right, here we go.
He's gonna regret not using SWAT, I bet. I haven't seen this, I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet the captain gets it? Oh shit, I'm right, aren't I?
I wonder how much money it cost them to get the rights for this song for this movie.
Actually, I never heard this song before.
Oh, Mom and I used to spend lots of time at classic car shows, so this stuff is like, you know, part of my childhood.
Well, it's starting off like a musical, like your favorite type of film, Batan.
Yeah, where's Socks when you need him?
I'm actually trying not to sing along.
Well, that's nice of them.
Yet. Don't do it. He's chronically a bad guy. Yep.
Well, at least they got to do one last dance number before the end.
Oh, not the Camaro or the Jag.
Yeah.
Should have brought in the SWAT team. I mean, you saw how they SWAT screwed up in the Dark Knight. They almost killed innocent hostages.
Yeah.
Oh, now what you going to do? You shot all the mechanics.
Yep.
Yep, you should have.
I'll let.
You know, they say red cars get pulled over by the police more than any other car.
Yep. Higher insurance too.
I mean, I love how that car just happened to be there.
Time checks out. Todd. Todd Ryder.
Yeah.
Time check for Darth Plato.
I'm at looks like 10:41.
I'm at 10:53.
10:50.
Yeah, I'm at 10:50 now. I mean,
Yeah. That's somewhere on there.
Okay. 1, 2. Okay. I'm a little closer to you now.
okay, are you at about 11:13?
Yep.
11:25.
11:27 right now. 28, 29.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's where I am.
That's where I am. Yep. Okay.
Okay, good.
We're in sync now. I don't remember the opening of this movie being as like
Action packed.
right. I don't remember the beginning of it being like this, but it's a little better.
Hi, wild man.
So far, it's better than I.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not that bad so far.
Hey, Curly Ray. Damn.
Hey, Curly. But this is why I hope it gets retconned, because I want to see him in the next one.
See, that actor stole.
Is he? I don't know. But then again, if he's not still alive, then you know.
Oh, he died in 2016.
Inspector Todd?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, well, I guess alive. Then
They're not bringing him back.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe that. You see, that wild man says the guy who played Inspector Todd was a real cop.
Yeah. He actually does come off like a real cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. American politician, police officer, and actor.
Huh.
Who's president of the Detroit City Council.
Oh wow.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
I don't think the Tarkin treatment's necessary for everything, though. Plus, I don't know if Netflix.
Well, they would probably bring him. They might, if they want to like do justice to his character. Maybe they'll, Tarkin him up for the final, for the new film. But again, if this happened, that's the question. It depends on if the next movie retcons this or not.
It's a woman that knows her man.
Yeah, she knows.
First of all, they would say the other numbers in those languages.
There we go. Yeah, c'est incroyable. Bless you.
Thank you.
Huh?
Does that have an English translation?
That's another reason why they'll probably retcon this one.
Why? Taggart?
Because Taggart's in the new one.
Huh.
He could come out of retirement for certain reasons.
Yeah, maybe.
Spidey sense is tingling.
Axel plays by the rules.
Mm-hmm. No clue what this is supposed to be.
Yeah, none whatsoever. It's so like
obscure. Oh my god.
Yeah, for real. Like, wow.
So
Yeah,
it's basically not Disneyland.
No, not at all.
No.
Here come the men in black.
I think he's the police officer from the first one. Remember? We're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Oh, yeah.
Well, those guys are really tall.
For real.
Yeah, that's a first.
God, for some reason, this reminds me of some of Lorena Creel's videos.
I'll take your word for it.
She's always doing videos in the park. Oh boy. What's about to happen now? It almost looks like Chuck E. Cheese, don't they?
A little bit.
Chuck E. Cheese gave me nightmares as a kid.
Even Go Away Green. Hey man, the Chuck E. Cheese ones are some of my favorite creepypastas.
I haven't heard any of those Chuck E. Cheese ones. This actually reminds me of like that Disney Tunnel creepypasta.
That too.
At least I thought it was a Disney Tunnel creepypasta.
Yeah, there is one. At
It's
least
a true thing. Like there's Disney tunnels that connect all the parks.
Yep.
I don't know, guys. Watching this with you guys, it's not as bad as I remember it. I might have to reassess
I found that was the same with another movie. I think it was Wonder Woman 84. The guys did a watch party of that a while back, fully planning to roast the hell out of it. And it was better on the rewatch with a group of people, I guess.
Exact opposite for me. First time I liked it, rewatched it, it's still garbage to me.
I loved it the first time, loved it the second time.
Like a Cylon from the old Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, RoboCop too.
Did they really redo that for every ride? Like, that looks like that must be a lot to clean up.
Really?
She's definitely cute.
Oh yeah.
Tunnel 9.
Oh.
You know, if I could have just waited till someone called.
I don't think he was going to call.
Yeah, so Wild Man, I don't think they're gonna retcon this one. I think they'll just, maybe they'll just retcon some aspects of it, but not.
Yeah, I don't know. Either retcon it or don't. No halvesies.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably won't. I don't think they will, really.
Besides, how could you really retcon it anyway? It's not like they got a time machine or something.
That looks like George Lucas.
That is George Lucas.
It is George Lucas.
Wait, it is?
Yeah.
Oh. I actually got him a cameo in this.
Yeah.
So was it supposed, like when I say was it supposed to be George Lucas, I mean like was the character George Lucas playing himself, or was it?
He's just playing himself.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the screaming train.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he has one more scene later on. I think. Yeah, you can't just bring him down.
Theme park security would know better than just tampering with those machines.
Yeah, that's really the big claim to fame for the movie. You're 100% right. The cameo from George Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I would not want to be those kids.
One time when I was on a Ferris wheel with my cousin, we were at the top. I said to him, "Could you imagine if the Ferris wheel just fell over right now?"
God, you're demonic, Bad Dan. while you're on the ride.
Yep.
That rabbit looks like he wants him to fall.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Avengers Rising. Good to see you.
It is kind of it's dumb because of how it happened in the first place.
Yeah.
I think like those security guards really couldn't just wait a few minutes.
Right. The guy's like, bring him down. And he's like that. He's like that impatient. Like, really? You know how those rides work? Like, idiot. Like would it really was it really going to make that much of a difference if they had waited a minute and a half for the thing to come back down?
I will say those kids got some real, really impressed with how long those kids are holding on for.
Like those security men should honestly lose their jobs after this.
For sure. Yeah. I remember Eddie Murphy talking about how taxing it was to make this movie back then in an interview. So imagine how hard it was for him to make the new movie.
And, by all means, take your time. It's not like kids are hanging up,
Right. Just kids anyway.
Yeah.
You better not let that little girl fall, Axel.
Now the little girl's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be a wimp. Come on, kid. The girl jumped on. You jump on. What's up, bro?
Yeah. Darth Plato, I have to disagree. This is not about this comment, but the next one. This isn't the time to worry about him being a stranger. I normally agree with stranger danger, not in this instance.
Yeah,
stranger danger. What are we talking about here, Batan?
The next comment.
Darth Plato's next comment.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, if it's either go with the stranger or die. I mean, it's kind of like stranger time.
Get him. He saved kids. He's a horrible man.
And it was all their fault. And that's all they care about is getting him. I can't believe John Saxon took this role.
Why are they smiling? It's their fault that kids almost died.
Yep.
It's like, is that like never going to be addressed at all?
Commentary.
Well, the video clearly like froze.
Yeah, malfunctioned.
He did it! Like, is he drunk?
Hey, DualShock.
That's so awesome. Hold my DualShock is here. Stop the movie. What's up, guys?
And hold my DualShock, one of the head of security in this movie. Like, and also, wouldn't the public also be outraged at how he was treated after publicly saving the children?
Yeah, this is before cell phones, though.
It depends.
think.
I mean, what's up, DC Talk? Good to see you.
Hi, Domain.
See that's friendship right there. You see, Billy knows that Axel is legit.
Zod.
Yes.
Zod, you just got a new sub.
Really?
Hello, Carlos.
What's up, Carlos? Welcome. Wow. Well, me personally, I would go 1, 2, 3. But that's just me. Mama Bear, your ranking of the 3?
Hold on. That sounds pretty good so far. I've seen 2 more than 1, but they're about equal for me. 1, 2, 3 sounds good so far.
I can't decide between 1 and 2, but I'll wait till 3. Wait till 3 finishes to completely rank it.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Same question for the chat. Those of you who've seen all 3 of them, how would you rank them?
Yeah, that's a good question. Hold my DualShock. How would you rank them?
Apparently, I think Carlos has seen all 3 of them. He says he's a movie lover, so.
Okay, Carlos, what's your ranking of all 3 of them? I mean,
I think Axel needs Skywalker to lend him some nice clothes.
Yes, he does.
Maybe some shoes too.
I don't know. He definitely needs the Sky and Leon makeover.
Yeah, for real.
At least his hair's on point.
And I don't really mind Axel being depressed in this movie though, because I mean, someone important to him, his friend, his inspector, just died. Like I don't expect him to necessarily be his normal cheery self.
Oh my God, Bucky. Two, 1, 3. I like it. Ooh. What accent is that? I think that's a play on a French accent. He was known for doing all sorts of wacky accents.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons. That's my new favorite word now.
It's the
Like I said, I think it's French.
It's the Meposian
yeah.
accent, right? He's from Mepos.
Yes. Obscure European. That would probably be why he doesn't smile. All right, comes with a microwave.
It is kind of like a Q-like kind of situation here. Yeah.
And if you call now, you'll get this nifty knife set. Sorry.
Oh, damn.
Detergent.
Boo. Boo.
Giving me flashbacks to sorry. I was gonna say Comic-Con, but he never showed. Wait, didn't Nerf Gun get booed anyway? At a Comic-Con?
Didn't he?
Is this John Saxon's worst movie?
God, the whole state loves that guy.
It'd be interesting to take a peek at his list of movies. I'm sure there's one that's worse.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like with Saxon's been in a lot of good movies, so it's hard to say.
But he's one of those like Liev Schreiber and shoot, another one I keep forgetting his name, was in the second X-Men movie. It's one of those that he's in everything, and half the time you forget he's there.
Yeah, because he always gets work. He's that type.
Yeah.
He was that type of actor. Yeah, John Saxon unfortunately passed away. So, but yeah, he was in everything.
Yeah. Here we go again. That'd do it. Get beaten by speed. Couldn't have held it together for 5 minutes.
Wow, he really pushed it there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Cade. Since we got some people running in, why don't we do a time check?
Yeah. I'm at let's see, 52:11.
Okay. let me back up
52-16, close enough.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
Nice and discreet. Gotta love it. Good job.
Give me $50.
Oh, damn. So did he, like, tie up a cast member?
Yeah, why not?
I'm not supposed to talk.
That's child abuse.
Uh-oh, an old lady. Where's One Punch Dan when you need him?
Uh-huh.
Where have I seen her before?
This is the best.
Ooh. Oh, 227. Thank you. That's where I know her from. Freaking love that show.
Wait, are you seriously doing that romance thing? Just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, see?
No, I knew what you meant.
That thing weighs a ton.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know it's a movie, because there's no way you can get out of a suit like that so quick.
I think you're a little ahead of me.
Let's see. I'm at
Yeah, but this is Axel Foley, though, Zod.
101.12 now.
101. Okay, I'll zip to 101.8.
Oh, okay.
No worries. Love that. Great. Mind you, you also know it's a movie because the air ducts look like that.
Very true.
Generally, air ducts are hairier than my cat. It's a metal walkway. You didn't hear him coming up?
So what was the point of that?
Hi, Sean.
What's up, Sean?
Well, somebody please think of the children.
NASA and Nintendo. Delusionary.
And okay, I know how this goes. Not in this particular movie, but I've seen this type of trope a million times.
Yep. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Oh, neat. Cool. Yeah, around there, Darth Plato. 1420.
Yeah, I'm at 115.25.
Yeah.
Wait, that's it? That's all they needed?
Well, yeah.
Did they have any other description besides some black guy?
Black guy in his 30s. They just happened to come in with somebody who had been shot, so.
Yeah. Like even out in like public though.
Right. Yeah. Just casual conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really like these kinds of threats because it's like obvious that they're gonna kill her anyways, no matter what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know why he did that. Like, why did he do that?
Yeah, good news, bread's fast. Good job.
See you next time, Avengers Rising.
Later.
What's up, Sin Havoc?
What up, Sin Havoc?
Austin. Have it.
122.55. That's where we are, or where I am.
Close enough. And we also got good Austin in the chat.
Got good Austin in the chat. What's up, Austin?
Hey.
All they want to do is enjoy their popcorn. What's going on? For me, the original one will always be my favorite. But 2 is really close. And 3 is 3.
1 or 2 for me. 3, I'm enjoying 3, but there's lots of lack of logic in this movie.
Yeah, it's a lot goofier.
Nice. There is indeed 3. Yep. Hey, Sin Havoc. Hey, Austin. It's a ghetto blaster.
Your first scene, good Austin, from the One Punch Man movie is currently rendering as we speak.
Yeah, afterwards, go back to the beginning of this. We got to see some clips from One Punch Man.
Yeah, we'll have to replay the clips now that we have people here. The movie's almost over. We've got about 10 minutes left in the film. So after that, we'll be showing some One Punch Man clips.
I know.
You know, you think they would have an emergency offing on that side specifically in case someone gets trapped in there?
You'd think that.
Yeah, especially considering, you know. It's a big park.
Mhm.
Yep. Actually, our first 2 watch parties were watching it on Netflix, at least for us in America.
Unfortunately, this one isn't on Netflix, but this one I can kind of understand why it's not on Netflix. It's in a class by itself.
Yep. Absolutely, Austin.
100%.
I don't know though, but unless they are going to retcon the 3rd one, I feel like Netflix should still have it just for continuity purposes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, especially if his love interest is the same in the final and the new one from this one, so you kind of have that continuity. But
Yay. I mean, they've had worse on Netflix. Come on.
I mean, that's true. They could put this on Netflix, and they probably should. I mean,
Yeah.
considering.
That worked.
I mean, unless this movie's retconned. I mean,
No, I figured you meant that, Wild Man.
Now it feels like a Universal Studios knockoff. With the Jurassic Park, with the Another T-Rex without feathers. Oh my god, people. T-Rexes had feathers. Stop showing
They
T-Rexes
only
without-
recently discovered this, not at that point. This is 94.
Okay, fair enough.
And they have confirmed that raptors have feathers. I didn't know about the T-Rex.
Yeah, the original Cobra was supposed to be Beverly Hills Cop.
Mm. No. Oh, yeah, there it is. Going back, this is how the inspiration for Cobra. How about you do a watch party for that as a bonus before watch the fourth one? Well, the fourth one's coming out like very soon, isn't it?
Yeah, like next week.
Yeah.
So we'll probably watch the fourth one before we
we'll
watch.
put it on the list, but
Yeah.
at this point, there's a list.
Oh. Nice stormtrooper aim.
All right. Yeah, standard bad guy aim. You gotta love it.
But actually, that's actually why I wish they would completely reboot Jurassic Park, just so we can see T-Rexes with feathers.
That's for sure.
Crying? Oh, no, congestion.
Yeah, I read the script for that pilot. That it's online if you want to read it. He was the Detroit chief of police in that pilot, I believe. They filmed it. They just never released it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome that it's on YouTube. I haven't seen it. And now I remember why I want this to be retconned. Okay.
You don't like Axel Fox?
I don't know. I just think it's a cheesy way to end the movie, kind of, you know?
Well, I mean, they could just break off screen before the next movie. It's not like they'd be the first one to do that.
Well, I think they're together. I mean, I think they're together. I think she's in the next movie. She plays his wife or girlfriend or something in the next one. I don't know. I thought she was in the trailer, but
I don't know.
This but wow. We got through that one. Wow.
It wasn't that bad.
At first, at first, that's what I was thinking. At first, this isn't as bad as I remember. But then, like, the further along we went, I was like, yeah, the beginning was decent, Darth Plato. That's the thing. The beginning was decent, but as it went on, it just got progressively cornier and jokier and goofier to the point where it just kind of... It's definitely not as cool as the first two. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely the worst of the three, but still entertaining at least.
Oh, okay. Now you all know why it's so hated. Yeah. And again, Axel Foley is too serious, and that's not what we want for him.
Again, he watched his boss get shot.
Yeah, well, and not only that, I mean, because think about how he was in the first one when Mikey got killed. You remember in the first one? Like, his best friend, it was kind of, but it was more, but see, Beverly Hills Cop had a far more of an edge to it than this one. And Beverly Hills Cop 2 was more akin to the first one than this one for sure. This one was kind of you can tell that this one suffered from not having Jerry Bruckheimer involved.
Well, there was definitely a lack of him visiting a strip club, which I guess they couldn't justify having both a Disney knockoff and a strip club in the same movie.
And not only that, they actually gave him they actually kind of gave him a love interest in this one, which he didn't have in the first two films.
It was so forced too. It was like she was barely even in the movie.
Right.
I mean, look at the suit that he was wearing at that point. Maybe she was all about that bass,
You never know. Like I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to look at it from a, from a perspective of, this wasn't a...
Yeah, hey baby, let's do some role play.
Horrible
Chuck E.
movie.
Cheese costume.
Right. The Chuck E. Cheese costume just does it for her every time, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Some people are into that. I mean,
whatever gets.
Some people, some people's date night is, Five Nights at Freddy's or the freaking, the Nicolas Cage movie that's better than Five Nights at Freddy's. Can't think of the name of it right now, but
more than Nicolas Cage.
yeah, it was God,
you talked about that when we did a review. I forgot what it was. Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, it's a much better movie than Five Nights at Freddy's. I'll tell you that right now. It is.
Well, Five Nights at Freddy's was largely marketed towards its main crowd, which was, actually
tweens.
Yeah, I was gonna say people my kids' age. Yeah. Because her classmates know all about Five Nights at Freddy's. It's actually entertaining.
It shouldn't have been marketed towards tweens. It's not like the games are not kid-friendly games. I mean,
who was that?
I could just go. I mean, I don't want to get too off topic because I'll get too much on a tangent.
What it is?
Just basically, they left out the whole premise of the game. They left out the whole thing is that you have to block the animatronics from getting to. That's the main premise of the game, and is completely left out of the movie.
Mm-hmm. The hate for the movie is why everybody is super hungry for this new one. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait either. I feel like the new one looks like a proper sequel to the first two. It really does. It has the same aesthetic. Jerry Bruckheimer was involved. It's definitely looks like it has the spirit of the first two. So I'll be happy with whatever they do as long as they honor the first two films and they don't steer too far away from it, because this was very much a departure from the first two movies in so many ways. And I didn't like how they cheaply killed off Inspector Todd either. That bothered me. That was just a poor way for that character to go out. I mean, it's just like, come on, that's such an iconic character from the first two films.
Yeah, he didn't cuss enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah, I didn't even play the one. I didn't play the one for the PlayStation. I vaguely remember as a kid seeing one for the Commodore 64, but I never got to play it. So
I didn't have a PlayStation at the time. My stepbrothers did. With the fourth one, they're going to be going to Cobra Kai.
okay, well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, as long as they again honor the first, and I like that all of them are going to be in it. I like that it's going to have Taggart and Rosewood in it, and I mean Ronnie Cox might even be in it too. I don't know if he's in it for sure or not, but it would be cool if he's in it. But like I said, I'm thinking that it'll definitely be better than what we got here for sure. It's not a very high bar.
Not at all, no. But I don't know, see, the thing to me, it doesn't completely ruin the universe, like the Beverly Hills Cop universe, too much. Because I mean, the only thing would be bringing back the inspector, but with the actor dead, it's not like they're gonna do. I mean, unless they Tarkin did, but I don't know if that would still really work, because it's still a new actor who has to do that delivery, and I just don't see another actor doing that same delivery. Even they CGI him to make him look like Greg. What's his name again? Greg. Oh, Gil Hill. Oh, that's man. God, Gil Hill. That's such.
Yeah, that's his name, Gil Hill.
Yeah, it would be nice to see. It would be nice to see a proper Beverly Hills Cop video game. Maybe we'll get one day. Maybe we can have AI make it for us.
Somebody, Beverly Hills Cop GTA. Come on.
Yeah, it's but I don't know. Okay, so now that you guys have seen 1, 2, and 3, okay, what's your ranking? Okay, Mama Bear.
1 and 2 are still kind of tied for me. 3 definitely. I did enjoy it. It doesn't hold up to the other two as well. But I'd still watch it again because it's fun.
And you, Batman.
I would say 1, then 2, but not by much. And I might on a later day change it to 2, 1. But for now, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and we will of course be amending our lists after next week when we have a chance to see the new one, which I believe hits Netflix on July the 3rd, which is a Wednesday. So,
that's convenient.
If you want, we can do our watch party for it on next Friday on the 5th.
We could. You done?
Are you
Friday? I might be able to. We'll see, because I'm going to be out of town on the 5th.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. The 5th or. Well, wait a minute. I think it comes out that Wednesday, which is the 3rd. Are you around that Wednesday?
Yeah.
I can just Mama Bear. If you're around that Wednesday night, we can just do it the day that it hits Netflix. on the 3rd, and I'll just do it in lieu of a Q&A for next week. We'll just do our watch party for that on the 3rd then.
Sure.
That way we don't run into any issues, and we can do it on the premiere date. That would work. If it's actually like released that day, and they don't like make it where they release it at 2 a.m. that day.
So tentatively, we'll do it.
So
Wednesday.
I'm just gonna look it up right now. Let's see. So
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. Let's see what the release date. It says July 3rd. So yeah, July 3rd. So like I say, as long as they release it July the 3rd, so we can watch it anytime July the 3rd, we'll be fine.
Austin says usually debuts around 7 p.m. PST.
So that's 9 p.m. my time. So we'll just, to be on the safe side, we'll make it. So to be on the safe side, we'll make it 9 p.m.
That may just come out at 12 a.m.
9 Central. So that'll be 9 Central would be 10 Eastern, and then 7 Pacific. So we could do that if you guys are down for that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, I'll do that Wednesday in lieu of a late night Q&A. We'll just we'll just skip Q&A this week and do Beverly Hills Cop. This way we can get it in before the 5th. So that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your rating is a 6 out of 10 for Beverly Hills Cop 3. You're generous, Sin Havoc. I would have to say, for me, I'd have to say it's a 4 out of 10.
I'm not mad at the 6 out of 10. Like I said, I'd watch it again. It was fun. Like if it happened to be on or something.
I enjoyed it, but I just kind of see it as like an abomination when compared to the first two. That's my problem. Like the first two.
Me, Abomination is that's a special title that goes to stuff like, X-Men: The Last Stand. So.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right. I stand corrected. It's not an abomination. Let's see.
I would say for me it'd be a 5.123468952 out of 10.
He's giving us the numbers of pi,
Yeah. Yeah, and 7 is average, so it's definitely I don't know. I'd say it's slightly below average. I don't know. I just had much higher expectations, especially because it took so long in between. There's a big time gap, several years between Beverly Hills Cop 2 and 3. So, and I think they were talking, because Beverly Hills Cop 2 was a success. So I think they were talking about Beverly Hills Cop 3 like immediately after 2, was in theaters, because 2 was doing well. So I think, so it surprises me that it took so long for them to do a third one. But then think of how long it's taken them to do the 4th one, because 3 was so bad. Because if 3 would have did better and 3 didn't flop, probably would have got a 4 a long time ago. Oh, he never saw the 3rd one. Yeah. My condolences to Sox, because One Punch Dan is making him watch bad Fox X-Men movies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Deadpool 1 review coming on Sunday.
So how was the bad Fox movie?
Okay. This I didn't know. Okay, this I didn't know. This is an interesting fact, Wild Man, because this I did not know at all. Beverly Hills Cop 3 was originally supposed to be a buddy cop movie with Eddie Murphy and Sean Connery in England. Now, that I did not know, and I think that would have been a better movie than what we got, but I don't know. Who knows?
My only issue with that premise is the title of the movie. It's called Beverly Hills Cop, or Beverly Hills Cop. So you can't have it take place in England. It has to take place in Beverly Hills.
Well, maybe there are some scenes in Beverly Hills, but who knows?
Like the basis of the movie would need to be in Beverly Hills, not like a few scenes.
I don't know. I don't know what they would have did, but that's interesting. I'm gonna have to look and check online and see if there's a script for that. But Wildman says that pilot, that Beverly Hills Cop pilot, where Eddie Murphy is the police commissioner and his son is a police officer, is online. Apparently, he said it's on YouTube, so I'll look and see, because I didn't know. I know it was filmed, but I didn't know it got released. I read the script, but I didn't see the actual pilot. So that might be something to check out too. If it were in England, then it's not Beverly Hills. Yeah. If it's actually in England, maybe that's why they decided not to do it, because they knew that was the problem. But with that being said, it looks like we will be back here then on Wednesday for Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. As for all of you that are here now that weren't here in the beginning, we are going to do the same thing that we did at the beginning of the show and re-show some of the clips from One Punch Dan that we debuted earlier. Now, keep in mind, some of these are animated renders, some of these are partial animated renders. But here we go. We're gonna do that. Good Austin's first scene, along with somebody else we know, is currently rendering. And when that gets done, I'll probably end up saving that for when we do our watch party on Wednesday, because that scene will be done by then. But for now, I'm going to show the stuff that we have so far. Scotland Yard with Sean Connery. Okay. So, did you guys have anything else you wanted to say about Beverly Hills Cop?
No.
No,
I think we covered it.
not great.
Okay. So let's get into the One Punch Dan material here, the bonus material. We have a scene here that is about 45 seconds long. It features some of the dialogue. It is partially animated. That is to say, I'd say the last 5 or 6 seconds of it is animated. The rest of that sequence is still rendering. It's in the queue. It's still rendering. So we have to wait for that to finish. Rendering takes forever. But I have 3 scenes here to show. One is a 45-second scene, and then the other 2 are 5 seconds each. So we'll begin with this scene to get the chat's reaction, since we actually have a chat now.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Pretty Punch. The truth is, if they take away someone else's livelihood, they automatically forfeit the right to theirs.
Don't you think that's a little extreme, Danny? Some people are just misguided. We have to stop Isagay, though, for certain. She doesn't deserve one bit of mercy. We will send her to the moon with one glorious solar punch.
You know I love you so much, right? Without you, I don't know where I would be. You keep me honest, and
Danny, I know.
It's time to go.
Austin has an Isagay report. The plane is already prepped.
Well, that's just because it's an animated render. You're dealing with animation versus live action. That will be what you saw there will be done in live action. It's just right now it's animated. So this is like pre-res kind of stuff. And so that's why it kind of looks like Tron. Now, as you saw, good Austin got his name mentioned because he's a very important character in the One Punch Dan mythology, and he actually has lines in the continuation of that scene, which you will see next week when the render is completely finished. But he has lines. He does have some lines. He does speak. He does provide a little bit of. He has a very, very special role. The good Austin. He has actually a great role in this movie. It's wonderful. Tron Dan, one disc man, and One Punch Dan's origin. Okay, so that was that. So now I'm going to show you a scene that was rendered that's only 5 seconds long. That is a partial of the sequence, the beginning of the sequence where One Punch Dan is first getting his powers. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
What is happening? Feel power. No.
I do love that.
Great scene.
You literally can hear his flesh being like ate into, and just let's play that one more time.
What is happening? Feel power. No.
Very, very painful. You're a very tough guy, One Punch Dan, to be able to take that. That's like crazy. Yeah. That's like crazy. And yeah, flame on. Yeah, it's definitely flame on. And we have this other sequence here that I'd released. I don't know if you guys had seen it yet. It has not been rendered with audio and or scored yet, but this is coming. This is definitely in the queue. This is one of the romantic sequences from the film.
Aww.
It's a beautiful scene. You guys will probably cry when you hear the dialogue. I know I was crying when I wrote it. It was a very beautiful scene. I actually used something from a personal experience I had to write that scene, and it's a very beautiful scene. It's a very personal scene for me. So that scene is will be fully scored along with sound effects and dialogue as well. That's in the queue, and I think you guys will really like that sequence, especially you, Mads MamaBear. I think you'll really like that sequence, as well as Fat Dan and some of our the females in our community. I think will really enjoy that situation there. And we've got one more scene I want to show here. One more sequence I want to show that is kind of the comic relief. 5 seconds of comic relief. It's pretty funny. It takes place in a supermarket after One Punch Dan has a conversation with someone who works at a McDonald's-like establishment called the Burger Barn in the One Punch Dan universe, and he's complaining about the fact that he has been working at this Burger Barn for 2.5 months, and he's only making $25 an hour, and he does not feel respected. Now, One Punch Dan takes issue with this because, number one, you shouldn't be making $25 an hour working at the Burger Barn. But number two, it just, the sense of entitlement was just very, very extreme. So there's a scenario that happens in this supermarket. So I'm just setting this up for context. But this is One Punch Dan right after that scene takes place. And you guys will get that scene too. That scene's being rendered as well. I've got a queue of about 15 renders for this movie. I was super busy today throwing certain things out to be rendered and putting certain things out because I had the day off. So I was working on all One Punch Dan stuff today. So here's the sequence. Here's the funny sequence. I'm going to probably take your advice, Mads MamaBear, and actually use this as a drop because this is actually funny. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite rendered sequence of the day.
God damn it.
That in the flame on, they'd both.
I mean, it's just so perfect. I mean, the sound of the fist going through that watermelon is just unbelievable. One more time, folks.
God damn it.
No one likes a bitchy watermelon.
Nope, not at all.
The
If you know, you know.
Disrespect is real.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see. Darth Plato, One Punch Dan lives in a fictional universe. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not really California. It's not. It's a fictional place where he lives, and the burger barn where he is, where this entitled individual that happens to be of a certain type of persuasion. He he really angered One Punch Dan. I mean, it's really quite, when you actually see the scene and you actually get the context of when he punches through the watermelon, it actually makes it's even more funny. It's so hilarious. But
hey man, just the thought of somebody just trying to say to me, I've only been working here for 2 months and I only make $25 an hour. Can you believe that? I'm offended. No.
That's very similar to the type of voice you have.
You can steal that too.
Oh yeah, it's very similar. The voice is very similar. He's like, and I just feel so disrespected. I mean, $25 an hour. How long do I have to work there before I get a decent wage? And One Punch Dan is just kind of looking at him, just kind of glaring at him a little bit. I mean, it's just so funny. And then he walks away. And he's out of the scene, and then that's when you hear him say, "God damn it!" And he punches through the watermelon. One more time, just in case y'all missed it. Here we go.
God damn it!
Which actually, Austin, I say that quite a bit. You'd be surprised. In real life, I actually have said "God damn it" quite a bit.
Batman was literally counting his goddamns when he saw that scene. I just, but it just goes to show you, like, the thing is, I keep telling people, if you are someone who's easily offended and easily bothered by stuff, this is not going to be the movie for you, because this movie does not hold back. I would say that this movie is not what I would classify as politically correct, so to speak. There's a lot of things in this movie that I think people will take offense to. But at the end of the day, I don't care. It's still going to be a great movie, so whatever. Sell One Punch Dan to Netflix.
Why not?
Yeah,
they would probably pick it up. I'm telling you guys, this is the thing. It's gonna look like a $300 million movie when it's all said and done. Okay. I mean, think of what it would cost to really punch through a watermelon like that. I'm just saying, you guys,
Yeah.
I mean, the Snyder Cut wasn't in theaters for most people, and that's my favorite movie. So if streaming's good enough for the Snyder Cut, it's good enough for One Punch Dan.
Well said.
Yeah, One Punch Dan is going to be, and the best part about One Punch Dan is we'll actually be able to have live watch parties where we can actually show the movie.
Besides, you never know.
Yep.
Way back, nobody thought a Lord of the Rings movie was going to be really all that popular after, like, the one that was, like, what was it, 70s, 80s? So you never know. Maybe it'll get picked up and it'll be made by Peter Jackson or somebody, or maybe a Zachary Edward Snyder to steal how Leon says it.
Okay, well, Wild Man says he's talking about Beverly Hills Cop 4. Well, as for Beverly Hills Cop 4, I'm actually happy it's on Netflix, to tell you the truth.
Netflix makes good content.
I think that's better. I think it's better for Netflix. And I think more people will watch it. More people will watch it on Netflix than would go to see it in theaters anyway.
Probably.
So in the end, I honestly feel like the days of the theaters making bank in the way that they used to, I think is over with. I really do. I don't think unless it's like a big like event kind of a movie, must see kind of a thing, or a big kids movie that like parents are going to take all the children to see in the summertime. I don't expect it to make, a lot of money. I don't expect movies to be like that, which is why I think a lot of these movies that they're suspecting are going to be big hits are really not going to be. So I don't know.
Yeah, like Super Mario Brothers. That was a kids movie that made bank.
Yeah, because that was a kids movie, like think about it. Dads and granddads were taking their kids to see, because everybody knows Nintendo. So dads and granddads know who Super Mario Brothers is. So they took their kids to see that like it was,
my daughter couldn't wait to see it.
Fun for the whole family, right, Mads MamaBear? I mean, come on.
She watched it so many times.
I saw it. I went with my nephew to see it. We went and watched it together. My nephew and I, Nintendo has generations of people that know Super Mario. So there's no way that movie wasn't going to be huge.
And the fact they even threw in like, references to, the original Mario and all of the, how he was originally, his original lore about that. I loved that.
Yeah, when he was wearing the Super Mario 3 suit, I nearly died. I was like, wow, he's wearing the raccoon suit.
No, even having his boss or his previous boss, who was an actual part of the original lore, love it.
They really went all out with with that movie, and that's why I think the only thing I didn't like was that they didn't allow one of the original Mario voice actors to voice Mario, and they let Chris Pratt do it. That's the only thing I didn't like. I don't think Chris Pratt should have been the guy, because these voice actors need to eat too. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, you got so many that where it's an iconic voice, it's an iconic character. What do you need Chris Pratt for?
Yeah,
it's not live action.
Yeah, so they can market the name. They could say starring Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
but Super Mario didn't need Chris Pratt. I guarantee you that it still would have made all the money in the world regardless. It's an animated Super Mario Brothers movie. It's not like, I mean, they did try to do Super Mario Brothers live action before, and it failed miserably. But that was back in the 90s, and they tried to make it tried to really make it into something that it wasn't. I mean, I think even Dennis Hopper was in that movie, and Bob Hoskins from Who Framed Roger Rabbit was Mario, and John Leguizamo was Luigi, and I don't know.
Darth Plato, don't let Super Bowl Corey see that comment.
Let him see that comment. Why not? Let's create chaos. That's tolerable at least.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Maverick was great. Although I believe the theory that Maverick was dead, and Maverick died and was having a near-death experience for the entire film. That's what I think.
Oh my God.
I believe that theory, because that plane, when it took off, that plane was not meant to go at the velocity that it was going. It was literally at an inhuman velocity, and that was specified before he took off. So I think from that point on, once it went into the atmosphere, it literally that's what it was. It was a near-death experience. I think Maverick is dead.
Oh, damn.
No, I was thinking, because there is another movie named Maverick, so I thought to be talking about that one. I'm like, plane. I don't remember a plane in that movie.
Oh, you didn't know we were talking about the Tom Cruise sequel to Top Gun? No.
I'm like, where? I don't remember it being a plane being in that movie.
But see, Darth Plato, that's why I buy into the theory of Maverick being dead. because everything that happened once that plane went into the stratosphere played off too nice and flowery, almost like you said, like a retread of the first movie, but with so many like very, very positive emotional beats for Maverick, almost like he's heading into he's heading into the afterlife. It's almost like not necessarily like a life review, but getting that happy ending that you always wanted, kind of. And it's sort of, I don't know. I subscribe to that theory. You can look it up online. It's a very detailed theory and it describes it way better than I did. But I'll tell you right now, it just makes me like the movie even more. I just think it's perfect. Do you think Beverly Hills Cop 4 will be better than Bad Boys 4?
I haven't seen Bad Boys 4, so I can't say.
Yeah, I didn't see Bad Boys 4 either. But I think it'll definitely be better than Beverly Hills Cop 3. That end movie mission is based on what an attack on an Iran nuclear facility would actually look like. Yeah, but the whole concept was he was building a bond with Goose's son throughout the movie, which was sort of something that he'd always wanted to do in life anyway, because he wanted to make it up to Goose's son for the loss of his father. So it was sort of, so to me, that's what it was. It was like a life ambition. It was like, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do. And if you notice, everything worked out perfectly. They bonded throughout the movie. They bonded throughout that experience. It was exactly the way it was supposed to play out, the way he would have wanted it to play out. So that's why I subscribe to it. It's just such a great theory. Beverly Hills Cop 4 will definitely be better than Coming to America 2. Yeah, I think so. I definitely think.
I actually haven't seen Coming to America 2, so I can't say.
But yeah, wow, we did it. We got through all three of the existing Beverly Hills Cop films. So we will be back here on Wednesday for the new one. 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you guys, hope you'll be ready for a party. And that will be a Sell Snyderverse to Netflix engagement event, because we will be watching it on Netflix. Guaranteed.
And a Netflix original, too.
To boot. Yes. Let's see. Let's get caught up here. They are going to do a Top Gun 3 with Glenn Powell as the lead, and he's coming out with Twisters this summer. Okay. He was dreaming of sleeping with Jennifer Connelly. I can't understand. I can understand rather. Okay. Sell is the way. Definitely. Absolutely. Sell is the way. And yes, that will be a Netflix engagement event. And so looking forward to that. That'll be wonderful. I will have more One Punch Stand material for you guys for Wednesday too. So look forward to that. You'll get Good Austin's character's debut, as well as somebody else in our community. So be looking out for that coming on Wednesday. And we are going to go ahead and wrap this up now for our final watch party for the first 3 Beverly Hills Cop movies. So thank you, Mads MamaBear, for joining for all of these. Thank you, Batdan. Much appreciated.
Anytime.
One flight, man. Okay, on that note, we need to go. Okay, good night, everybody.
Have a fantastic day.
Have a great one. Good night.